Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University School of Continuing Education, SOCA. Diploma in Apparel Merchandising Applied, DAPMERA. BHC 006 Fashion, Textiles, Product Development and Merchandising. Block 1 Introduction of Fashion and Consumer Behavior. Unit 4 Fashion Accessories and Their Importance.
Importance. 4.0 Objectives. After studying this unit, you will be able to know the importance of accessories in fashion industry, recognize different accessories used in the fashion industry, explain the construction processes used to manufacture accessories, enumerate the available variety of each accessory category. 4.1 Introduction. In the last unit on understanding silhouettes, you have studied what is silhouette, how it is classified, what are various figure types and which silhouette should be selected for each figure type, how shape of a garment can vary with the use of darts and dart equivalents, and how fabrics help support the foundation of a garment and give a good fit and drape. Keeping all these components of silhouette in mind and elements and principles of design, as studied in Unit 1 of this block, a designer creates fashion after a long process which will be dealt in this unit. In this unit, we are going to build an understanding of fashion. The unit deals with what is fashion, who creates fashion, fashion cycle, some terms associated with fashion, what are the sources of inspiration for creation of fashion, widely accepted theories of fashion, factors that help promote fashion, factors that suppress the growth of fashion, fashion forecasting, and finally have a glimpse of the Indian fashion industry and some famous Indian fashion designers. Let's start the unit by defining fashion. 4.2 Footwear. It is the area of largest volume production amongst accessories. When we look at ourselves in a full-length mirror, it highlights the importance of shoes appropriate to our outfit. Footwear completes the look of an outfit and their requirements vary with occasions, seasons, age, roles, etc. Choices of footwear are highly specialized today. From a time when athletically inclined people bought a single pair of sneakers in which they could run, jump, or scramble up the side of a hill. Because of the benefit of comfort, wearing of athletic shoes slowly became acceptable with business clothes as well. The phenomenal interest of the American consumer in physical fitness has created an entirely new segment within the formerly traditional shoe industry. The giants in the shoe segment in the order of their position are Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Puma, Fila, and Converse. Footwear technology has evolved over time. During the 18th century, shoemakers began producing shoes for sale, made without waiting for specific orders and brought to market. Before this, they were made to order only. Thus, ready-made shoes were introduced. These were made only in 3 widths and 5 lengths. Styles in women's footwear appear and reappear. Boots from the early part of the century have been constantly reinvented. The pointed bar strap shoes of the 1920s made a comeback in 1950s with stiletto heels, and the platform soles of the late 30s and 40s were reintroduced in exaggerated form in the 1970s. Men's shoes have altered little over the past 100 years. Leather is generally used in footwear of the finest quality because it molds to the wearer's foot, is supple and resilient, and breathes to allow moisture to evaporate. It was obtained from the cured skins of animals killed for meat. The price of shoes depends primarily on the quality of the leather and the workmanship and on the amount of detail. However, some well-known companies are able to make a bigger markup because of their brand name. Footwear construction. Footwear design also needs research and development like apparels. Footwear designers and manufacturers work with fiber producers on color projections so that their shoes will coordinate with apparel fashions. The production is complex, involving sizes for length, width, and combinations. You will be amazed to know that the full range of women's shoe sizes include 103 width and length combinations between sizes 5 and 10. They consist of a number of different parts, all of which must be joined together with precision to provide comfortable fit. 2 to 300 operations can go into the production of a finely made fashion shoe, which can be handmade or mass-produced. The most expensive shoes are of handmade construction and are referred to bench-made. Heels are made up of many materials including leather, wood, plastic, and rubber. Heels heights of shoes vary and are referred in terms of eighths of an inch. Flats measure up to 7/8 inch, low heels are 8/8 to 14/8 inch. Medium heels are 15/8 to 19/8 inch, high heels are 28 inch and up. Categories of footwear. Footwear can be classified into, refer to Fig 4.2. A. Shoes. A shoe has an upper usually made in leather or canvas or at times in rubber, plastic and other petrochemical-based derivatives. It has a sole, usually made of leather and a wide or narrow construction that covers the entire foot but not the ankle. B. Sneakers. They can be made of leather or canvas, originally worn for sports activities but now it is worn in casual wear as well. It is popular for unusual colors and designs. C. Pumps. It is low-cut shoe with seamless head-to-toe design. D. Heels. It is footwear that raises the heel of the wearer's foot significantly higher than the toes. They come in a wide variety of styles, and the heels may have different shapes, including stiletto, block, tapered, blade, wedge. A. Flats. Very thin heel or the appearance of no heel at all. F. Boots. An extended shoe above the ankle and below the thigh, designed for warmth but now used as a fashion accessory. Fig 4.1. Parts of a shoe. 4.3. Hosiery. Hosiery, also referred to as leg wear, describes garments worn directly on the feet and legs. The maker or seller of such products is called a hosier and these products are also known generically as hose. The term is nowadays used for all types of knitted fabric. Its thickness and weight is defined in terms of denier. Lower denier measurements of 5 to 15 describe a hose which may be sheer in appearance, whereas denier measurements of 40 and above are dense. One of the important components of hosiery is stockings, which were made primarily in silk, and also of wool, rayon and cotton. Nylon stockings were introduced in 1938. Yarns were knitted into pieces of flat fabric, each shaped so that when it was folded in half and seamed down the back, a stocking in the form of a leg resulted. Colors were limited and fabric surfaces were plain. With technological progress, nylon stockings became sheer and were produced in various colors, styles like sandal foot and other styles, patterns, and textures developed that could not be imagined in earlier years. Large firms that dominate hosiery segment are Oswald Woolen Mills, OWM, Neewer, Lux Innerwear and Rupa. Hosiery construction. Hosiery is knitted, fully fashioned or seamless. Knitted hosiery is produced on flat knitting machines. Full-fashioned hosiery is shaped as it is knitted, fulfilling size and length specifications. Seamless hosiery is knitted on a circular machine at high speed and then dyed. The same procedure, i.e. circular dyeing machine, is used for pantyhose, some of which are knitted as stockings and then attached to separate panties. Full-fashioned hosiery had the advantage of a better fit until the introduction of stretch yarns in the 1960s. Stretch yarns also made possible to stretch hosiery, support hose, control tops, and comfortably fit knee-high stockings. The steps involved in hosiery production are knitting, dyeing, boarding, a heat-setting process, pairing, for stockings, brand stamping or labeling and packaging. Automation in hosiery production is constantly increasing, to the point that computerized machines can turn out hosiery that features graphics, patterns, and textures and employs many novelty yarns today. 4.4 Intimate apparel. The segment of the fashion industry that produces loungewear, nightwear, women's and children's undergarments and body shapers for women is known as the intimate apparel industry. Even though they are not visible to the outside observer, these garments have been characterized by soft fabrics, a great deal of detailing and many trimmings. The industry products fall into three major categories: foundations, which include girdles, brassiers and the shapewear that nowadays replaces corsets of the earlier days; lingerie, which includes petticoats, slips, panties, camisoles and sleepwear such as night gowns and pajamas; and loungewear, which consist of robes, bed jackets, and house coats. Apart from it, Some manufacturers also classify their products as daywear, lingerie and housecoats, and nightwear, sleepwear and negligees, etc. 4.5 Handbags. The need for handbags was felt in the earlier times when people wanted something to carry their personal possessions and necessities. The earlier handbags were pouches made out of skin and leather and were suspended from a belt around the waist. In the 20th century, as women's activities grew, handbags became a necessity and developed into accessories that would complement and coordinate with the apparel. Today, every woman has a collection of handbags matching to her wardrobe and in various styles for different occasions. The materials used include leather, fabric, plastic, velvet, corduroy, satin, brocade, vinyl, novelty fabrics, polyurethane and suede. They are produced in a diversity of sizes and shapes. The major shapes available are, refer to Fig 4.4. Clutch: any bag that does not have a handle and therefore must be carried in the hand. Sling bag: a sling bag is a type of handbag that is worn over one shoulder with a strap that winds around the chest, resting the bag on the lower back. Tote bag: a bag adapted from the paper shopping bag. Sturdy and rectangular with an open top, does not have a zipper, and two strap handles. The inside may have zippered compartments. Satchel bag: a bag with a wide, flat bottom, zippered top, two handles or straps, adapted from luggage. It can be in different sizes. Variations include the doctor's bag. Backpack: a draw-able shoulder bag with double handles. It is derived from luggage, designed to be carried across the back on either one or both shoulders. Kids' school bag: a roomy bag with a snapped, fastened or buckled top, flap and one wide shoulder strap. Pouch: a gathered or straight bag with a top closure, usually a frame. It may be large, small, clutch, shoulder, short-handled, sporty or dressy. Duffel bag: a cylindrical bag with short handles carried horizontally. It is based on the vertical drawstring bag which was used by soldiers to carry their gear. Athletic bag: a soft roomy bag used to carry sports gear and apparel. Drawstring bag: a bag with a drawstring gathered closure, drawstring. May form straps or it may have a separate strap, usually soft. Box bag: a rigid bag shaped like a square or rectangular box with a variety of handle treatments. Convertible bag: a bag with a handle that can be tucked or folded inside, turning it into a clutch. Hobo: a soft, large bag that usually has a zippered top and shoulder strap. It tends to crunch down when carried. Minaudière: a small evening bag generally made from precious metals, often covered with semi-precious or precious gems or covered with fabric and/or leather. Safari: a soft leather bag with curved shape, a top zipper, two top strap handles and two outside pockets with flaps and buckles. Handbag construction: the earliest material used for making handbags was leather, which involved a lot of handwork in cutting. It was difficult to work due to an irregular shape and scars present on it. Today, many bags are made of plastic or fabric with a uniformity in width and quality that simplifies the work. The number and difficulty of the operations required varies with the styling. Handbag construction is very much like apparel design. The elements of color, line, shape, fabrication and detail, as well as the principles of emphasis and proportion, must be considered. To test a design, a dummy is made in flannel from a sample pattern. Ornaments, closures, and/or handles must be chosen to complete the design successfully. Final sample is made with supportive interlinings that differ with each type of bag and each fabrication. When the final line has been chosen, cutting dies are made from the pattern and used to stamp out leather on a machine. Fabrics may be cut by methods similar to those used in the apparel industry. Both fabrics and leather may be stitched by machine, but much of the assembly of linings, ornaments, handles, and closures is done by hand. 4.6 Wallets. A wallet is a flat pocket-size case used to carry personal items such as cash, credit cards, identification documents, business cards, etc. Wallets are generally made of leather or any other suitable fabric. Types of wallets. Breast wallet. A wallet in which banknotes are kept in a flat manner and not folded. They are carried by men in their jackets' breast pockets as the wallet is too large for a punt pocket, or by ladies in their handbags. They can be used to hold checks and other monetary documents. Bifold wallet. It is the typical wallet that is most popularly used, in which the banknotes are folded over once and inserted. Credit cards and identification cards may be stored horizontally or vertically. Trifold wallet. A wallet with two folds, in which credit cards are generally stored vertically. Wallet band. A type of wallet that has a continuous elastic band of fabric or rubber to hold cards and or cash. Wallet bands help to reduce the bulk of a traditional wallet. Wrist wallet. A type of wallet that can be secured to the wrist to keep one's hands free. Travel wallet. Used by travelers to hold essential documents such as passports, tickets, boarding passes, foreign currency, travelers' checks, and other similar items. In text activity 1, plan a store visit, specialized in handbags and wallets, and explore various kind of products as mentioned above. 4.7 Other leather goods. We can see around us that fashion and the changing activities of both men and women have had strong impacts on the industry that produces small leather goods, such as credit card cases, key cases, eyeglass cases, jewelry cases, and similar items. We choose to match other such items with our wardrobe. Therefore, many designers coordinate the various items by fabric and color. Development in the products is evident as calculator wallets, pocket appointment calendars, handbag and briefcase accessories, and work and date organizers are available today. Amongst the popular brands of other leather goods are Prada, Balenciaga, Tommy Hilfiger, Chanel, and Fendi. 4.8 Gloves. The use of gloves was first seen in Egypt and ancient Rome for the purpose of protection. In the medieval times, kings and church dignitaries wore richly ornamented gloves symbolic of their status. Today, gloves have become articles of fashion. A glove can enhance the look of a plain dress if it has been beautifully ornamented, and it can give a casual look at times as well. Glove fabrications include leather, knit or woven fabrics. Different styles of gloves are available today, like activity and sports gloves with special properties such as anti-slip, waterproof, etc. Fashion and formal gloves to enhance the look of a dress. Leather gloves, winter gloves for protection against cold. General purpose gloves, gloves for work and industrial use. White gloves for parade, service and hospitality, and palm patch gloves, which do not cover finger and thumb completely. Glove construction. Of all accessories, gloves are probably the most labor-intensive to manufacture. They require the most skill of production workers, since a glove must fit the hand when the hand is closed in a fist and yet not be baggy when the hand is open. They involve many steps in production. Gloves are made up of numerous small pieces: the hand and the finger piece, front and back, thumb part, and the fourchettes or pieces that shape the fingers between front and back. Since so many small components are involved, a great deal of handwork is involved in cutting. This may be done by hand, called table cutting, or with the help of a die called clicker cutting. Inexpensive gloves may consist of a front and back sewn together simply, which is called sandwich gloves. 4.9 Millinery. Millinery is the designing and manufacture of hats. It can also be used to refer to a type of store that sells these goods. However, millinery is often confused with hat making, which means manufacture of hats and headwear. Until the middle of the 20th century, it was unthinkable for a well-dressed woman to be seen without hats. Every department store or women's specialty store devoted a prime space to millinery departments, which featured both ready-made and custom-made hats. The industry had its share of well-known designers. The importance of total look in fashion today may spark renewed interest in millinery. Designers put appropriate headwear on their models as they parade. Retailers show millinery with other outer apparel as well. But one sees few, indeed, on the streets and other public places. Fig 4.7. Various designs of women's hats. Fig 4.8. Various designs of men's hats. Look at the screen. Millinery construction. The millinery industry has essentially two products: hats and fine millinery. Hats tend to be more functional and are less complicated to produce. They include caps that can be knitted on machines or by hand, felt hats stamped out by steel molds, and fabric hats that may be sewn from goods cut from patterns over bukram forms. In contrast, fine millinery is made by hand. Here are a few of the different construction methods for making hats. Sewn. Usually sewn hats have a soft shape, but stiffening materials like interfacing can be added for some styles to give the hat more body or a more pronounced shape. This is one of the easiest hats for beginners to make since few specialized tools and materials are needed. Blocked. Stretching fabric over a form is called blocking. Wood hat blocks come in an infinite variety of brim and crown shapes. To block a hat, the fabric is moistened either by water or steam and stretched over the block until it's the desired shape. Once dry, the hat is pulled from the block, the edges are trimmed and embellishments are added. Fabric covered flat pattern. Using a pattern, the hat pieces are put together to make a three-dimensional shape with millinery wire sewn in for stability, and sometimes shaping, along different construction points. Most often the base is created using a material called bukram. Once the base is created, the hat is covered with a fashion fabric and embellished. 4.10 Jewelry. It is interesting to know that the wearing of jewelry is believed to occur before the wearing of clothes. In modern times, jewelry has become a sign of worth and status and very important fashion accessory. No fashion costume is complete without it. Precious or fine jewelry. The metals used in fine jewelry are gold, silver and platinum, worked alone, or in combination with precious gemstones. Gold, the metal of first choice for fine jewelry, is too soft to be used by itself and it is therefore usually combined with base metals. The gold content is expressed in terms of carats or carats. Pure gold is 24 carats or 24K. The most commonly used alloys are rated 12K, 14K and 18K, and are made by mixing gold with copper to produce reddish yellow metal, silver to produce greenish yellow, and palladium or nickel to produce white gold. Any alloy of less than 10K may not be called carat gold. Platinum, a silvery metal, is rarer, heavier, and more expensive than gold, and is a favorite for diamond settings. Silver, the least expensive of the precious metals, is usually combined with copper. The term sterling is used when there are at least 925 parts of silver per 1,000 parts. Costume jewelry. Costume jewelry is mass-produced to fill the fashion demand of customers who seek relatively inexpensive jewelry to complete the fashion look of their outfits. It can be traditional jewelry or fashion jewelry. The materials used may be plastic, wood, brass, tin, glass, brass, aluminum, copper, lead, or any other substance that can be manipulated to achieve the desired effect. Jewelry construction. There are as many techniques of making jewelry as there are jewelry types. Artisans use various methods including carving, grinding, drilling, filling and hammering metal into desired shapes and perhaps welding parts together. There are also many ways to mass-produce jewelry by using metal sheet, metal cast in molds, and wire. 4.11 Umbrellas. An umbrella is an accessory used to protect in the rain as well as to shade from the sun on a sunny day. It is no more just a functional object and has become an equally fashionable accessory that people like to flaunt. The early use of an umbrella dates back to more than 4,000 years ago in various parts of the world. Silk umbrellas became popular in London in the year 1778. When John Macdonald introduced them. There are various parts of an umbrella which are discussed in the next section. Parts of an umbrella. The various component parts of an umbrella are 1. Frame, the metal form which constitutes the basic structure, usually steel or fiberglass. 2. Ribs, metal supports that hold the fabric of the umbrella, usually 8 to 16 in number. 3. Canopy, the fabric cover of the umbrella, usually nylon because of its durability. 4. Shaft or pole, it can be stationary or collapsible. 5. Spreaders, rods that move up and down when the umbrella is opened. 6. Finial, decorative design on the top of the umbrella. Styles of umbrellas. Different styles of umbrellas varying in shape, size, function and fabrics are Popular. A. Stick. A long, narrow umbrella that fits into a case or tube and has a band with snaps, which make it less cumbersome when carried. B. Automatic. It has a release button on the handle and opens up on pressing the button. It can be on a stick or a collapsible umbrella and has a shaft that extends to the full height. C. Bubble. It has a dome-shaped canopy usually made with a vinyl cover. D. Ballerina. It is more popular in children's umbrellas and has a bell shape with a ruffle at the edge of canopy. A. Collapsible. It is a type of umbrella that is reduced in size, when not in use, into half of its original size. It can be opened back to the full size by the press of a button. F. Golf. It is an oversized umbrella that is used at times when extra coverage is needed, not necessarily on the golf course. It is also used quite often for promotional activities. 4.12 Other accessories. Other accessories include sunglasses, scarves, belts, handkerchiefs and wigs. Sunglasses are important not only for daytime functional outdoor wear but also as accessories at various times. Belts gain prominence when waistlines are in fashion. Scarves and stoles fill in low necklines, provide a bit of warmth, add a touch of color, or can be worn to accent broad-shouldered, slender looks, according to how they are draped and according to current fashion requirements. Nowadays, some women have an entire wardrobe of watches to wear for different occasions. Wigs, falls and hairpieces have also become important accessories that complete the entire look. Hair ornaments have also become popular, so we can say that the accessories market is flourishing with products and offer a great variety in colors, shapes, sizes, textures and uses. 4.13 Summary. Fashion is incomplete without the use of accessories. Accessories are often used to complete an outfit and are chosen to specifically complement the wearer's look. The accessories industries are extremely responsive to fashion and very quick to interpret incoming trends. Footwear is an important accessory and it can be handmade or mass-made in 10 steps. Hosiery is the term used for leg wear and can be manufactured as knitted, fully fashioned or seamless. Intimate apparel has grown as an industry over the years and a lot more detailing is done on the articles today unlike before. Handbags started as a necessity but now they are an essential fashion accessory. Some operations are done by machines and some are done by hand. They are produced in a diversity of sizes and shapes. The major shapes available are clutch, sling bag, tote bag, satchel bag, backpack, pouch, athletic bag, hobo, safari etc. A wallet is a flat pocket-size case used to carry personal items such as cash, credit cards, identification documents, business cards, etc. Wallets are generally made of leather or any other suitable fabric. New products in leather are produced by manufacturers today that match with an individual's wardrobe. Gloves can serve a functional purpose as well as they can be articles of fashion. They are the most labor-intensive accessories. Millinery is designing and manufacture of hats. It helps enhance the total look of a dress and is handmade or knitted by machine. Jewelry completes fashion. Costume. It can be manufactured in innumerable ways. An umbrella is an accessory used to protect in the rain as well as to shade from the sun on a sunny day. It is no more just a functional object and has become an equally fashionable accessory that people like to flaunt. Other accessories like sunglasses, belts, scarves, umbrellas, etc. are articles of function as well as fashion. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video with the next chapter.